I think the last 10 years, when you kind of look back, the changes, we know that from what it was in the parents' age to now, there's been a sea change. 10 years from the time I started my career to now, there's been a sea change. And we know that progressively the changes happen faster. What changes happen in a decade happens in 5 years faster, the kind of a total shift. In the mobility industry, the shift has been much, much faster in the last 5 years than ever before. And the amount of people and the time which is being invested now going forward is even more great. A lot of technology has been demonstrated, and it's going to be a high time that people are going to start monetizing it. Everything is becoming data driven, everything is becoming connected world. So it's a kind of excellent opportunity for us being in that industry where the information connection coming to an app and coming in a summarized form, which used to be a challenge before, it is happening in a much, much faster pace, and people like it. The moment people like it, it's an opportunity to us, and the moment it becomes opportunity to us, the ability to monetize is going to be much more.
So what does Mahindra Comviva have to do to seize the opportunity which presents itself very clearly tomorrow?
With every industry you touch today we are kind of talking about mobile driven. I'm not a techie, I'm not an economist, but I'm part of the much larger group as a consumer. So when I put my consumer hat, which is consumer and a king today you will pay for anything that you like. And when you look at any industry, I think this mobility is going to penetrate into that. You talk about, I was talking to my friend in the healthcare industry. He says now it's going to become monitoring the way in which in future. So he says that your parents are in a different place, you kind of work in different place, you don't need to wait for calling them. You know in your phone their key. Now the digital mirror is going to be a reality, and it will be available on a phone. Anytime you want to kind of open your phone, you know what is the key information or key vitals available on the phone, which means when you go to a doctor says that I want the history to a given person. Half the time he spends in finding out the records and past history today, and if it comes onto the phone either from the patient or to him, it becomes much more easier. And the payment mechanics, he doesn't need to kind of wait for payment, wait for opening the record. Okay, we already know when you go to the hospital, everything is coming much faster than what we saw a few years ago. So basically, we get an opportunity to penetrate into industries much more than what it is before. They say that in waste management, the amount of mobility intervention is so high. He's saying that for some liquids, which are probably, they use pits to kind of drop some liquids, which are kind of contaminated liquids, and on a periodic basis, you kind of empty the tank. So people keep dumping into the pit, and somebody keeps coming and inspecting for taking it out. And once you put a digital meter, they will exactly optimize. The truck sometimes comes on a fixed day. Instead of truck coming on a fixed day, you know when the pit is full, and then you call only at that time, which means they're going to save a lot of cost. They were talking about the filtration plant, water filtration plant in Europe. They say that most of the places you have a defined time when people go and do a maintenance verification. Most of the places they are trying to do a smart monitoring mechanism. So you're going to more and more, there's an aging population, people are going to go away, and without enough people, this technology is going to penetrate to replace those people, and that gives a lot of opportunity for us to kind of bring the mobility into that picture, to bring this monitoring. So the places where the technology can be used almost in every industry, be it waste, be it healthcare, and then it goes into fulfillment industry today, and the kind of monitoring that you have to where your truck goes, how you can optimize, how many routes, whether people are wasting their time, how you can make it happen. We know that already we have kind of seen the drones kind of delivering. Even there you need a monitoring. So everywhere you need to monitor. When you replace it with people with machines, then the mobility comes into the picture on tracking. So I think that the amount of industries where we can kind of use our mobility technology and then go and make it happen is going to be enormous. I think they're in the right place. It's about how much we can capitalize and how many players are going to be there. Everybody is going to put their hand in. It's about how much we can take it.